The Two Plants, a Lesson for Life. Sometimes, the greatest lessons in life don't come from books or classrooms, but from the quiet wisdom of those who have walked this earth before us. On our journey through life, we often ask ourselves, what does it truly take to be successful? Is it talent? Is it luck? Or opportunity? Or maybe it's something deeper, something that only blooms when we dare to face life's storms. Today, I want to share with you a story, simple, yet beautiful, and full of meaning. The story of a young boy, a gentle grandfather, and two little plants that taught a lesson no school could ever teach. In a small, peaceful town filled with sunshine, surrounded by green fields and gentle hills, there lived a curious little boy who loved spending his summer days with his grandfather. The old man was kind and wise, his hair silver, his eyes warm, and his smile gentle, respected by everyone in the village. The boy adored his grandfather deeply. Every day, he played in the garden, listened to his stories, and quietly observed his calm, thoughtful way of living. One warm afternoon, as the two sat together on the porch, watching the sun slowly dip behind the hills, the boy asked softly, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be a successful man. Can you teach me how to do that?" The old man looked at him and smiled. A slow, knowing smile that only comes from a lifetime of wisdom. "Tomorrow," he said gently, "I'll show you the answer." The boy didn't fully understand, but his heart filled with curiosity. He could hardly wait for morning to come. The next day, as the first sunlight streamed through the window, the grandfather called the boy into the garden. In his hands, he carried two small green plants, fresh, young, and full of life. "My dear boy," he said, "today, we're going to learn something important together." They walked into the garden. There was a pot filled with rich soil under the porch, and an open patch of land under the bright sky. The grandfather carefully planted one of the little plants in the pot, then placed it inside the house, safe from the wind, the rain, and the harsh sunlight. The other, he planted outside, where it would face the full force of nature, the sun, the wind, the rain, and every storm that came its way. Then he turned to the boy and asked, "Which one do you think will grow bigger?" The boy answered quickly, "The one inside, Grandpa. It's safe, no wind, no rain to hurt it." The old man smiled gently. "We'll see," he said. Time passed. For years went by. The boy grew taller, stronger, and wiser. One summer, he returned to visit his grandfather. "Grandpa," he said eagerly, "do you remember when I asked you how to be successful? You never told me the answer." The old man smiled softly. "Yes," he said. "Now, it's time for you to understand." He led the boy to the corner of the porch. The small potted plant was still there, but it was stunted, its leaves pale and yellow, its roots tangled and trapped within the pot. Then, they walked out into the garden. There stood a tall, mighty tree, its trunk thick and strong, its branches wide, casting a cool shade across the yard. The boy's eyes widened. "Wait, is this the same plant you planted outside?" The grandfather nodded. "Yes, my dear. It is." He looked at the boy and asked softly, "Now tell me, which plant is more successful?" The boy answered without hesitation, "The one outside, of course." "But, why?" "It had to face rain and wind." "Shouldn't that have made it weaker?" The grandfather smiled warmly. No, my boy. That's exactly what made it strong. The wind, the rain, the storms. They didn't destroy it. They made its roots grow deeper. Its trunk harder. Its spirit stronger. The plant inside the house, he continued, was safe, but it never grew. Without challenge, it stayed small forever. The boy fell silent. He looked at the great tree again. Its leaves dancing softly in the breeze. The sunlight gleaming through its branches. The grandfather placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Life is just like these two plants, my boy. If you always seek comfort and safety, you'll never truly grow. But if you face challenges head-on, they will shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for real success." He paused, then said softly, "The storms of life may shake you, but they also help your roots grow deep." Time went on. The boy grew into a man. Life tested him, with failures, losses, and moments of doubt. But whenever he felt like giving up, he remembered the tree in his grandfather's yard. And in his heart, he heard his grandfather's voice. The stronger the storm, the deeper the roots. He stopped running from hardship. He faced it. He learned that every challenge carries a hidden lesson. One that teaches patience, courage, and strength. And slowly, life began to reward him. Not because the road became easier, but because he became stronger. Years later, the man returned to that same house. The tree had grown even taller. Its roots steady. Its branches wide. A silent guardian of the home he loved. Under its shade, his grandfather sat, older now, but still wearing that same gentle smile. The man sat beside him and whispered, "Grandpa, now I understand. Success doesn't come from safety. It comes from the courage to face life's storms." The old man nodded slowly. "That's right, my boy. Storms don't come to break us. They come to shape us." They sat quietly together under the tree. The wind rustled through the leaves, like a soft whisper from time itself. From that day on, the man shared this story with others. His friends, his colleagues, and later, his own children. He would say, "Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a hard one. Because true success doesn't come from comfort. It grows from courage, perseverance, and the will to rise each time we fall." And whenever fear or doubt filled his heart, he looked at the great tree, still standing strong through every storm. From a small seed, it had become a symbol of strength and faith. He smiled, knowing that his grandfather's lesson had taken root deep within his heart. Long ago, success is not born in safety. It grows in struggle, in failure, and in the moments we choose to stand firm instead of falling. Like the tree that dared to face the storm, we too can rise tall, if we're willing to learn from our storms. Remember this: the winds you face today are shaping the strength you'll have tomorrow.